Sometime in the last year, the rules of getting found have changed, and most professional firms are still playing by the old rules. Here's what I mean. You used to win by ranking on Google, get your website to the top of the list, get the clicks, and then you get the lead. Simple. But go type a real question into Google now, the search bar, and before you see a single website, there's an AI answer sitting at the top, written by Google, pulling from a handful of sources it decided to trust. About 60% of searches now end without anyone clicking a website at all. The answer just shows up. So the game isn't how do I rank on Google anymore, it's how do I get the AI to name me? And for most firms, the answer to that is sitting in a tool you probably already ignore and own, and it's free. It's called Answer Engine Optimization, AEO, and it is not the same thing as the SEO you've been told to care about for the last 15 years. Old SEO was about ranking a web page. AEO is about being the source the AI quotes when it answers the question out loud. Those are two different games now, and here's the part that should get your attention. The research says fewer than a handful of the source's AI sites are the same ones sitting at the top of Google's old rankings. That means that very few people are winning at the SEO and AEO game. Ranking number one on Google and getting named by the AI have become two separate scoreboards. You can win one and lose the other. I watched this happen with my own businesses, so let me show you exactly what it looks like. I run an insurance agency, and in my market, there's an agency that's been around for 100 years. 30 years of that, they've had a domain name and a website. They've had domain authority, backlinks, a website that's been climbing Google since before I even owned a business. And the old scoreboard, the traditional SEO, they beat me. Honestly, they beat me pretty badly. 30 years of a head start is 30 years of a head start. I'm not going to stand here and pretend I outrank them on Google because I didn't. But watch what happens on the new scoreboard when you ask an AI assistant the kind of question that a real customer would ask. Something specific. How about, what does a contractor in my state need for insurance? Do I need this coverage for that kind of work? See, my agency shows up for that stuff, gets named, gets quoted, and the 100-year-old agency, a lot of the time, does not. So how does the newer business beat the 100-year-old incumbent on the thing that's actually growing? It's not magic, and it's not money. It's that I publish content that answers specific questions in plain language. You're watching one of them right now from my marketing business. And a lot of these other older businesses do not do that. Their website is a brochure. Mine answers the exact questions people are typing into the AI. The research backs this up, by the way. This isn't just my account. A small business with a well-built profile and specific content can get cited by AI over a large competitor with a neglected one. Size and age stopped being the deciding factor now. Specificity started being king. That's the deciding factor. Now, here's where it comes home for you, and it's the thing most firm owners get backwards. You think your website is your most important digital asset. In 2026, for a lot of practical questions, it isn't. Your Google business profile is. When the AI answer gets built for a local or service question, Google leans heavily on your business profile, your categories, your services, listed out specifically, your reviews, your Q&A. For the practical stuff, what you do, where, how well, Google often trusts your business profile more than it trusts your own website. Let me say that plainly. The free profile you set up once and forgot about is right now doing more work to get you found than the website you paid for. And most firms have a business profile that's a name, a phone number, and a category, a skeleton. Meanwhile, every field that they leave empty is a question the AI can't answer about them. So it picks somebody who answers that question. Now let me keep you out of the ditch on the other side, because there's a wrong way to hear what I'm saying. I'm not telling you that SEO is dead and your website doesn't matter. Google's own guidance this year basically says AEO is still SEO. The website still has to exist, still has to be findable, still has to be solid. Without it, none of this works. What I'm saying is the finish line moved. It used to be the click. Now there's a second finish line past it, getting named in the answer, and your website alone doesn't get you there. The specific answerable content does. The filled out profile does. So here's what I'd actually do this week, and it costs you nothing but one afternoon. Open your Google business profile. Every empty field is a lost answer. So fill them. List your services individually, not services as one blob or one group, but each real thing you do and the words people actually use. Answer the questions in the Q&A section yourself before someone else does. Then go look at your website and find the questions your customers actually ask and answer them plainly. One question, one clear answer. You're not writing for Google's old ranking anymore. You're writing to be the clearest, most specific answer to a real question. Because that's what the AI reaches for. Stop optimizing to be found. Start optimizing to be quoted. If you want to know whether the AI is naming you or naming your competitor, that's one of the first things I check in a free audit. I'll look at where you actually show up when somebody asks the AI about what you do. Go to ironcladcreative.studio/onboarding. Fill out the form. I'll give you a straight read, no pitch. New videos every Tuesday. See you next week.
Gracias.
Say bye-bye, Silas.
Bye.